Hey family, I have a quick teaching on the parable of the wicked Korem. So if you have some time to spare, please join me for the lesson. You're probably thinking, I've never heard of the wicked Korem before. What parable is this she's speaking about? Well, Kareem is just a Hebrew term for the word vine dressers. You can find that at Strong's H3755. Some scholars will use the word husbandmen interchangeably with this term. You can find the word husbandman in the Hebrew at H1461, and the word is guv. This will be found in Old Testament scriptures where the Hebrew is written. You can also find it in New Testament scriptures at G1092. The word is gay or gos. Keep in mind that this is how the Bible is written. Old Testament scriptures are written in Hebrew. New Testament scriptures are more so written in Greek and Aramaic. I have placed the definitions here of both terms, and you can kind of see that they're not exactly the same. A husbandman does a little bit more than a vine dresser, whereas a husbandman will till the soil, will dress vines, but is more so a land worker like a farmer. Okay, but a vine dresser, it's more simple. They just tend to the vines and they dress the vines. But I posted both of these because it is the Feast of Tabernacles still. I felt like this was an appropriate time to go over this specific parable. I want to do more parables before this festival is over. And this one is very specific where Jesus is showing us his election, what's going to happen with him, and why these things are happening. Not in its completion, but he gives us a good idea, an indicator on what is to come from him being here on earth at this time. At this specific part of the video, we're seeing Luke the 20th chapter, verses 9 through 13. The parable starts off with Jesus saying, "A certain man planted a vineyard and let it forth to husbandmen and went into a far country for a long time. And at the season he sent a servant to the husbandmen that they should give him of the fruit of the vineyard. But the husbandman beat him and sent him away empty." So we're going to pause for a minute. We're going to get the understanding. There is a man who owns this vineyard. He hired husbandmen, vine dressers, to plant this crop, take care of the crop, birth the crop, and then he sent messengers out to receive the crop. Not all of it in its entirety, but some of it. And he was well aware of when the crop was ready to be harvested because he sent the servant at that time. But as we see, these wicked Korem beat the servant and sent him away empty handed. And they knew he was sent by the man that owned the vineyard. They didn't care. Moving forward, it says, "And again he sent another servant, and they beat him also, and entreated him shamefully, and sent him away empty. And again he sent a third, and they wounded him also, and cast him out. Then said the Lord of the vineyard, What shall I do? I will send my beloved son. It may be they will reverence him when they see him." Okay, so this is clear. We kind of get the point already. God sent his prophets, his messengers to the people, and they beat them. They didn't listen to them. They treated them terribly. Then God sends Jesus, his son, hoping that people will receive him well. But we all know that that's not what's going to happen. Luke 20, verses 14 through 18. "But when the husbandmen saw him, they reasoned among themselves, saying, This is the heir. Come, let us kill him, that the inheritance may be ours." So this has become even more evil and more wicked. They're deciding that they know this is his son. They know he's going to inherit the vineyard. But they're making plans to take it over, to take it by force. There are wicked people that want to take the kingdom of heaven by force. Make no mistake about it, they intend on killing the man that owns the vineyard too. If they're willing to kill his son, of course, if he shows up by himself, they're going to try and kill him as well because they want to steal that vineyard. They want to steal that harvest. As we keep reading, it says, "So they cast him out of the vineyard and killed him." What therefore shall the Lord of the vineyard do unto them? He shall come and destroy these husbandmen and shall give the vineyard to others. And when they heard it, they said, God forbid. See, the thing is, once they killed his son, he realized that they are his enemies. They plan on killing him as well. They don't plan on giving him back his vineyard or giving him any of his crop. It is now war. So now they don't deserve to work in his land. They don't deserve a payout. They deserve the very war they incited. Goes on to say, and he beheld them and said, what is this then that is written, the stone which the builders rejected? The same is become the head of the corner. Whosoever shall fall upon that stone shall be broken, but on whosoever it shall fall, it will grind him to powder. So basically, we're seeing Jesus in this message. They are rejecting Jesus. They're rejecting his words. They're rejecting what he's trying to tell them. He's the Son of God. He's telling the people, I am sent by my Father to come bring him a harvest. He's coming for the first fruits. He's coming to establish the kingdom of heaven. He's letting them know the kingdom of heaven is upon you. The vineyard is here. The heir to the throne is here. And I'm just trying to bring something back with me to my Father to let him know that the harvest is ready and to give him his portion first. These people don't want to hear it. At the time of Jesus, there were Pharisees and Sadducees. They didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to believe it. And even when they knew that what they were doing was wrong, they still kept up this facade because they couldn't bear being revealed as the evil workers that they were. When Jesus rose, they couldn't stand it. They knew that he would, and they tried everything in their power and might to prevent him from rising. They even had a stone put before where he had been laid to rest. But an angel came and moved that stone right out the way. When they saw that he had risen anyway, they still found ways to manipulate the information. They tried to make it seem like, he was a criminal and it didn't happen. What do you think God is going to do to them? What do you think the judgment is going to be for these people? And anyone who spouts that message that they pass down. War will come to these ones because God wants his inheritance back, his land back, his vineyard back. And he wants to put good workers in the land, true righteous workers that are going to do what he told them to do. Gain the harvest he set to be gained and reap the first fruit that he requires. So you can go to Blue Letter Bible, where I got most of my information from. I wanted to give them the appropriate credit that they deserve here because I used the scriptures from their site and I used the terms that you see here from their site. That's another thing. If you want, you can type these Strong's informations in and you will get more definition and detail regarding the word vine dressers and husbandmen. And so that's all I really have for you. The moral of the story is Jesus is the Son of God and he is the heir to the throne. He is king. He is king in heaven and he will have a kingdom here on earth. God is going to war with the kingdom of darkness and bring down the enemy so that Jesus' kingdom can reign. A righteous, perfect, true kingdom. All of the wicked workers that have been working the harvest are on their way out and fired. God is going to put his new good, true workers in for eternity. That's all I have for you guys. I'm Judge Seraphim, and I am out.